and welcome to FinextraTV. I'm Madhvi Sonia and we're here at the Communify Intelligence Experience. I'm joined by Zoe Coutinho, Product Director at the Financial Times. Hi Zoe.
Hi.
Thank you for joining us. How are you finding the conference?
Yeah, really interesting so far. Looking forward to more today.
Lovely, thank you. So here at FinextraTV we've spoken to a lot of wealth managers, asset managers and wealth tech founders. You're coming at this subject at a slightly different angle because you're from the FT. And how do you value journalistic integrity in this industry, and how are you making sure that you're providing market data, insights in a way that has editorial integrity?
Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, the editorial integrity is the core of the FT. Like, that's really our value proposition and our differentiator. So we don't ever want to do anything that is going to start eroding that integrity. So we have kind of a very clear policy in the newsroom around our editorial team's use of AI, use of data, and we make sure that we are really, really careful to kind of draw that line in the right place. But I think as somebody who works in product and technology, I see that our responsibility is how we can really augment the journalism with additional context and data that helps to tell the story in a different way. So I think we've got things on our site, especially for our professional readers, where we start to double click on the story and on the journalism to be able to integrate market data more deeply. And we also do use market data kind of directly in our storytelling, and it's a really, really important part of that storytelling. It's one of the things people come to the FT for.
Lovely. And I know that across news, maybe not at our publications, but AI is offering alternatives. So could you expand on how you're using technology to provide those insights?
Absolutely. Well, we've actually built our own LLM at the FT called Ask FT. So you can go into the FT if you're a professional user, and you can ask questions which we will answer purely based on our own archive. So that's one way that we're kind of directly looking at the wealth of information out there from AI providers, and being able to kind of give our own take on it and our own spin on it. I think the other thing that we're doing when it comes to AI is like the journalism really has to be fully trusted, right? And it's so important that we maintain that amazing journalism which gives you a really clear perspective from the FT and lets you understand what the FT's take on a story is. Sometimes with AI and ChatGPT and the others, they will look at so many different sources that it's very hard to kind of really distill what's important and what's not. So we think that the FT has a really key role to play there as well.
Thank you. And with verified data and storytelling, what does success look like for you? What are the key metrics? How do you measure what's good and maybe what's not?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's a classic ladder really for us. So looking firstly at how people are engaging with the storytelling and with the data, what are they clicking on, what are they viewing, where are they lingering? That's a really important immediate metric that we can look at, which gives us a good sense of whether something's working or not. And then from that, there's a really clear ladder into habit, which is a very important metric for us at the FT. We're always looking at how we can become more deeply embedded in people's habits, in the daily and weekly habit. And then that directly leads into retention, which in a subscription business like ours is revenue. So that's really how we think about it.
Lovely. Thank you so much. Thank you for providing such a different perspective. And thank you for joining us on FinextraTV. Hope you have a lovely rest of the conference.
Thanks so much.
Thanks, Zoe.